With Nintendo on the rise of being number 1, there was bound to be at least a rival. I mean, my channel is under 100 subs and I've already got a rival. Enter Sega. After a downturn with making arcade games, they decided to enter the home gaming market with the SG-1000. On exactly the same day, Nintendo released the Family Computer, or Famicom, in Japan. It was a big hit there, and with the international redesigned NES, it single-handedly saved video games for the North American 1983 video game crash, while Sega's console was left in the dust. This is probably what started the whole rivalry between the two. Fast forward to the Sega Mega Drive, or Genesis in America. It was the second 16-bit console, coming after the NSC's TurboGrafx 16. With a system more powerful than the NES, and the Genesis does what Nintendo don't adds, it looked like it might be better than Sega's competition. Right? Well, their games, while okay, weren't enough to compete with any of Nintendo's games. To make matters worse, they released their own 16-bit console called the Super NES, or SNES, which was technologically more advanced in almost every way, as well as being bundled with Super Mario World as its launch title. It was obvious that if Sega was to have any chance of taking down Nintendo, they would have to come up with a mascot. So, after a competition to create a mascot, some programming, and a bit of messing around with Microsoft Paint, they made a game called Sonic the Hedgehog. Released on the 23rd of June 1991 in North America and Europe, and the 26th of July 1991 in Japan. So, was this game good enough to compete with, if not best, Nintendo and Mario? And does it still hold up today? Well, get on your red shoes and let's roll! Like Mario, it has a simple story. Dr. Robotnik, known as Eggman today, has kidnapped the little creatures of South Island and turned them into his army of robots, and it's now your job as Sonic, a blue hedgehog who can run at the speed of sound, to stop Dr. Robotnik and free the inhabitants of South Island. And that's it, even simpler than Mario. Did you know that Robotnik's fat just like Mario? Dear lord, I'm gonna say that a lot, aren't I? The game is a platformer, as you make it from one end of the level, or zone in this case, to the signpost at the end. All while running fast. You might not think much of it, but it feels really good when you go at high speed. The level design is also built around this speed mechanic, with loop-de-loops, half-pipes, and traps to test your reaction. Unlike Mario, instead of a run button, Sonic builds up speed over time and can go faster or slower depending on if you're going up or down a slope. Imagine yourself running up a hill. Ain't easy, is it? Along with the traps that you'll encounter, there are also robots or bandits as they are called for some reason. Sonic can destroy them and release one of the small animals inside them by curling up into a 360 ball of destruction. You can do that by jumping or rolling while moving fast, which can also give you more speed if you're on a slope. However, when there are spikes involved or he's not in a 360 ball of destruction, he's very vulnerable, just like Mario. All it takes is one hit and you're dead. Lose all of your lives and it's game over. Luckily, we've got rings. No, not that ring. I mean those. Who the heck is editing this? Rings! Just like Mario with his coins, there are rings scattered all over the zones. If you take damage while holding them, you'll lose them, but you can collect your fallen rings if you're quick enough. This means that as long as you have at least one ring, you'll be okay. But don't think for a second that you'll be able to hold on to that one ring for long. There are also monitors that will help you along the way. The ring one will give you 10 rings. The shoe one makes Sonic go even faster for a short time. The sprinkles ones will make him invincible for a short time. And the shield one gives you a shield that allows you to take an extra hit without losing your rings or life. If you manage to hold on to 50 or more rings to the end of the act, which is easier said than done by the way, a giant ring will appear, and jumping into it will take you to one of the special stages. Oh, what? What is this background? What is all this? Oh god, is that a fish?
Sonic is now forever in a 360 ball of destruction!
Despite what people say, they're not really that bad, unless you're talking about the smooth rotations in the 2013 version. I'll talk a bit about that at the end. In the special stages, your job is to get the Chaos Emerald at either the end or the middle of the stage. Thing is, the entire stage rotates, so getting the emerald isn't as easy as it looks. Plus there are other obstacles in your way. The diamond-shaped blocks disappears after a while of touching them. They're usually placed around the emerald. The bumpers will bump you. The R1 reverses the rotation. The up and down ones either speed up or slows down the rotation depending on which one you touch. And the gold one will kick you out of the stage without the emerald. There are 6 different emeralds, and once all of them are obtained, you'll get the good ending, which I'll bring up later. This game also looks really beautiful for a Mega Drive game, probably even better looking than Super Mario World. Yeah, I know it has more colors than Sonic, but it's not how many colors you have, it's what you do with them. I'd pick a stage as an example, but I equally love them all the same. All I can say is, Sonic the Hedgehog looks amazing through and through. Same can be said for the soundtrack. The game's music was composed by Masato Nakamura from the band Dreams Come True, and boy is it good. Masato composed it as if it was a movie, and I'm usually the one with the beat, but I really like how the soundtrack turned out. Again, no personal favorites, I think all of them are pretty nice, certainly better than most Mega Drive games. Oh god, get that out of my face! Speaking of which, I think it's about time I brought up the differences between the European and American version. Remember in my Mario review and how I said that the music was sped up? Well, the music here was noticeably slowed down in the PAL version. Gotta go faster. Personally, I don't mind this. Yes, the fact that the music is slowed down is annoying, but as long as the game's good, then I'm fine with it. Actually, the whole game is noticeably slowed down. Every game does this, but once you play the American version and then go back to play the European version, you go, wow, did Sonic always jump this slow? Again, I don't mind this, but why? Well, yes, he is slower, but you can't go off saying this version is bad just because he's a couple seconds late. That and some people might find this easier to react to obstacles. At the end of Act 3 in each zone, you face Robotnik. They're all good, but nothing really special I can say about them. They each use a gimmick from their respective zones. I'll only bring up 3 of them. The Green Hill Zone boss is actually pretty interesting, as you have to learn how to avoid attacks and when to strike. Despite it being reused in future Sonic games, and the fact that I'm invincible in the footage right here, it's probably the best boss in the game. From the best boss to the worst boss. In Labyrinth Zone, you don't actually fight Robotnik, you just go through a load of traps, all while trying to stay ahead of the water. I'd complain about the boss more, but I'll show you why it's a pain in a bit.
Disclaimer, Retro lied about that last part. He just screams.
What the? How did you get out of my house?
Nope.
Get out! What's Oh, you sneaky son of a... The final boss is an okay boss, but I'm not sure if it should be a final boss. All you get are these glowing laser balls, and Robotnik tries to hide in one of these pistons, so it becomes more of a guessing game. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel the final encounter vibe here. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, it's time to talk about the levels. Now, I know it's copying some YouTubers, especially with a Sonic game, but that's really the best way to describe them. And I've already done that with Sonic Mania, so I might as well continue. Green Hill Zone is a very welcoming zone. Bright and colourful, jolly music, fast, with loop-de-loops, easy enemies, and best of all, it's green. I like green. Though the fact that it's being reused in several future Sonic games is a bit annoying, but the level itself is pretty nice. Then we get to Marble Zone. This level has a slightly darker color palette. It's slow, there's a lot of waiting, it has lava. Speaking of which, I'm sorry for forgetting to do the joke in the Mario review, so... And last, it's home to those caterpillars. Many people hate this stage, but you know what? I think this stage is okay. I mean, we all know Sonic, speedy guy, very impatient. Well, that's the point. The traps and everything are from Dr. Robotnik, so he's using one of his weaknesses against him. And you, as Sonic, must overcome the traps and succeed in saving the day! Am I still recording? Even so, It couldn't hurt to wait 2 seconds. Springyard Zone is what you could call the inspiration of the casino levels in future games. There's a lot of Bumpty Dumpties, sprints, half-pipes, and there's a little waiting here and there. An okay stage. And here comes Labyrinth Zone. There's lots of water and spikes. Again, people hate this stage because of the water. You see, unlike Mario, Sonic can't swim, so he moves very slowly and can also drown. Well, you know what? Suck it up! Actually, don't do that, you might drown. Yes, he moves slowly, but that's what happens when you're underwater. I mean, it's not like he's a dog. No! And yeah, he drowns, but there are bubbles everywhere. I repeat, everywhere! Look at this. It's insulting. Not everything in this stage is good though. The traps always annoy me so much. And then you get to this boss! Starlight Zone is what is considered to be the best level in the game. It's the only zone that brings back the loop-de-loops after Green Hill. It has nice music, fast, and kinda calms your nerves a bit. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I'm not too sure that it's as good as everyone says it is. Scrap Brain Zone is all metallic and tech and whatnot. Lots of traps and tricky platforming. I like it. Kinda has that you're almost there feeling. In Act 3, Robotnik pushes a button and sends you to Labyrinth. Jeez, that's kinda lazy. After that, you fight the final boss, which I've already explained. Once you defeat him, you get to see the ending cutscene. And if you collect all 6 Chaos Emeralds, you'll get a good ending. Flowers? Okay then. So that's Sonic the Hedgehog. What do I think of it? Well, for the first game in its series, it's really good. Sega needed a game to compete against Mario, and Sonic did just that. Its fast gameplay and fun platforming levels definitely gave Nintendo something to worry about. I don't think I need to say anything else. Just play it and see for yourself. It's been ported and re-released to multiple consoles, but here are my suggestions. If you're already a big Sonic fan, then I recommend Sonic Mega Collection Plus for the PlayStation 2, Xbox Original, GameCube, and PC. It's nothing more than, well, Sonic 1, but it comes with a lot of Sonic games. I repeat, a lot. However, if a better version is what you're looking for, then try the 2013 release on Android and iOS. It has widescreen support, better physics, and smoother rotations in special stages, you get the ability to play as Tails and Knuckles, and best of all, it's free! The only reason I don't play this very often is that I'm not a big fan of touchscreen controls, and there doesn't seem to be any hope of a console port anytime soon. So, what I truly recommend is a port on the Nintendo Switch. Not much interesting in there. There's a rain and score attack mode, and you get to use the spin dash from Sonic 2 and the drop dash from Sonic Mania. So there you go. More than one Sonic games, mobile or console. It's your choice. Also, before I forget, there's also a cheat code for debug mode. It's a nice little mode where you could just mess around, and I think other games should do this more often.
Sorry viewers, Retrominimii is signing out right now.
Hi guys, I had a lot of fun making this video, and also thank you for 100 subs. I'm a little bit late on this. A lot late, but seriously, thank you. I hope you look forward to my next review. I didn't look forward to playing it, but I hope it's good. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video and this channel.